Well, good afternoon, my YouTube friends. It's Margaret again from M.E.s Orchids, and what I thought I'd do is just do a short video on some of these Dendrobiums and success and failures, if you like. Now, this one we're looking at now here in this little basket, and this little basket I've reused this, and this is Dendrobium Friedrichsianum. And I don't know if it'll allow me to get right down there. But I'm trying to save this orchid. That's one of the original canes. For those who follow me, this came in March from Curling Orchidine, a beautiful, beautiful specimen. And if I just nip over here, that's all I've got left. Now, not long after it came, it was in a very tight basket, maybe only 2 inches deep, which after a few weeks I extricated it from that. And one of the reasons I did that was because one of the beautiful pseudobulbs, the canes, started to rot back, and it took me quite a while to stem that rot, and since then it's never really what I call has taken off. All it's done is give me cakeys, like on this little one here. So I thought, well, I've got no alternative now, I've got to try and save these cakeys. And this one now here in this little basket is has got some lava rock at the bottom, then a layer of sphagnum moss, and then I've got these little cakeys. Not the cane, because that's buried on that first level of sphagnum moss, but what I thought I'd do with these little cakeys is not actually bury their roots, but to just place them on the top to enable the roots to search down for that sphagnum. And because what I don't want this one to do is get too wet and then rot on me. So I've painstakingly this morning put them back in this little hanging basket here. And when I do water, I shall just place it in some water, let the water rise to that first layer of sphagnum moss, and hopefully, I mean, I don't know whether I'll get this through and whether it'll survive. It did say when I purchased this that some experience was necessary, and so that was €21. And which is a bit of a disappointment, but never mind. No, I've just knocked my little companion down. He watches over the orchids for me. Now, the next lot I've had were these, and I've had these from Curling Orchidine in August. And I'll go through these with you. I'll just push that there. Now, I've tried to pot my Dendrobiums up in lava rock because I've found that they do enjoy that substrate. As long as you keep them sufficiently hydrated, they will romp away. And as you can see, sorry, I don't know whether I was in focus then. Let's go around again for you. So this is Dendrobium hildepoxen, and this is Speciosum times tetragonum. And I think it said in the notes that this was about a year off being flowering size. Now, if I can hold up, there you see, look. So that one seems to be quite settled in that little pot. and it gets watered, it gets fed. As you see, the roots are quite hydrated at the moment, and I shall check this maybe on Saturday or Sunday. So that's Speciosum by Tetragonum. Now this is another one, this one here, and when it came I thought, goodness gracious, it was that tiny. I don't even know whether you can see that little root there. It's got a little growing tip on it. Now this is Tetragonum. Now I don't know whether that's, I don't think that can be a flower. It has given me these new growths in the middle, and if we look at the roots, it's in one of these pots that's not quite clear, but you can see there it has got the roots, and it's a very fine line with something this small to keep it hydrated enough, because if I have it too wet then I could rot these little very unusual canes, because you see, can you see that unusual cane there, that one, and you see it's the same with this one here. So I have to be patient, and these three anyway, not the Friedrichsianum, but these three have maximum light. They sit on that shelf right in front of the south facing window. Now the other one I'm going to show you is Dendrobium lamellatum. There we go. And now whether this is the cousin of Pseudo-lamellatum, which I'm going to go on to in a minute, I don't know. That's given me this new growth there, can you see it? And this came a little bit bitten, but this one seems to have settled down in my environment, and let's have a look if we can see any roots. There we go. Just move it round. And there we go. So we go over here now, perhaps we can see the roots a little bit better. And let's have a look. There's nothing coming through the bottom. And I think this said this would be flowering size in 12 months. And maybe once it's settled I might send for another one, because they're very unusual, because they've got these flattened pseudobulbs. So what I'm going to do now is just going to put this over here on this shelf, and I'm going to move this one here. And the reason I want to move them is I just want to bring the Pseudo-lamellatum over. Now this is the big one. This is the one that I call Avatar. And of course these are the, can we see? Will it focus? Oh, won't it focus? There we go. And they've not opened yet, but I've just noticed this morning that I've lost that new growth. Ooh. And so that's a real bummer for me. Gone it has. And you know what I've done? I think I've done anyway. When I've watered it, I've got I've got the water inside this growth, and look at that, so it's taking it down. So I've only got this new growth now to this year, so that's a real bummer, that is. You've got to be so careful. Well, we have, especially here in England at this time of the year, because any residual water will take your orchid down. And let me just bring the other one. Now these won't get watered today. Oops, sorry. That's the other one, you see. The buds are developing very, very nicely. And it's so easy just to water and think that will do, when in actual fact we should be also checking before we put them back in wherever they go that they're free of water in the new growths. And if I just bring, I've got a plant here. Now what did I do with it? Bear with me a minute, it's behind me here. Okay. Sorry about this, I just have to do a little bit of manoeuvring and be careful that I've not knocked anything over. Alright, and this is another casualty, one I've not been very well. And this is just a phalaenopsis called Wild Peach. And this was watered. And then one day, whilst I was ill, I came into the grow room and that leaf, that new leaf there, was completely rotting back. And when I touched it, it just came away. So I knew straight away then that I'd allowed water to get into that crown. So to prevent crown rot, I quickly put some dragon's blood down there. Now, whether or not now that dragon's blood has stopped the rot, but whether or not this one now will send a cakey out, I'm not too sure. But that's what I mean, you've got to be ever vigilant, and within the space of 24 hours, if you're not, your orchids can rapidly go down. So I'll love you and leave you now, and I'll come back soon. Take care. Bye bye now.